Good morning, YouTube Reseller Mom here with Tina for our Friday morning show. And if everybody didn't have a heart attack last night, I don't even know. I mean, it was just, Amazon has been outrageous the last 2 weeks. And so, I mean, the first things first, we got to talk about this stupid verification thing going on. My goodness, when did you see yours get hit last night, Tina?
Mine was at 5:30 last night because I had checked my phone at 5 I was looking at something on Amazon because I had a ping that I had a merchant fulfilled sale, and it definitely was not on there at 5. And around 5:30, I looked at the app again. I don't even know what made me look at it, and I saw your account is at risk for deactivation. And you panic, like, why? What happened? Why? And so then
Exactly.
I, like everyone else, I hit the account health and wanted to see what was happening. And of course, it's like our servers have timed out, and then that's what let me think this is probably a glitch just because it had that. And on account health, I had a red, like the little bubble with a 0 on it, like it was warning, but there was no notification. So then I ran and I got my laptop and I logged in. I thought, oh, I'll be able to see it on the laptop. Same thing. And my gut told me it was probably a glitch. And then that's when I logged into Messenger to message you and saw that, well, I wasn't the only one.
Yes, I think every Facebook board had a thread going, and
Yeah.
from what I can gather, there's a couple of things to know. For one, the massive putting that on there might be a glitch. I don't know, but it stems from a new law that's going into effect at the end of next month, the end of June, and it's the consumer right thing. And basically, what it's stating is that people who purchase things on Amazon have a right to know whom they're purchasing it from, and so you have to display your name and information and all that good stuff. And anybody, let's see here, somebody commented on my YouTube comments that the re-verification that's kind of going hand in hand with this, the re-verification is for anybody making over 5,000 in sales, or it says, or a volume sellers need to re-verify. So they're going through and they're trying to update all the re-verification stuff and get that processed and updated in their system to comply with this law coming out. Now, blanket telling everybody their account's going to be shut down resulted in everybody calling and tying up Seller Central. I have about 6 cases going on outside of this, and I have not gotten a peep back on anything for the last 24 or 48 hours. So if you have cases that are pending, just be aware that they are all tied up with thousands of people calling Seller Central going, what the heck? And even the reps over there, from what people were saying, if they got a hold of a rep, if they were able to get through after a long hold time, they were saying that the reps, there's like nothing the reps can do. So at this point, I think Tina and I are just going to call this what we like to call a Monday problem.
Yeah, I would just let the weekend let it work itself out. I really wouldn't panic. I wouldn't try to call Amazon. I wouldn't try to make any updates in your account right now. I would let Amazon work out their bugs
Yeah.
and Monday morning see what has come about.
Yep. So one of the things that my husband works in the gaming world, and he messes with the servers and stuff, and games run on big servers, and most of the games most platforms have some sort of tie to the Amazon server. So last night I asked him, I said, have you heard any rumblings about the Amazon server? He's like, actually yesterday, yeah, a bunch of support programs were bogged down, super glitchy, chugging along. And so that's what I kind of look to see what's going on with that, and these massive rolls and updates and things, to see what is going on with the system, because Amazon is awful at communicating anything they're doing. They just don't. They don't tell you anything. They'll tell you something silly that I'm like, I didn't really need an email for that. But major things, they do not say, hey, we're rolling things out, there's going to be some bugs, don't worry about it. No, they just let us have
They
to do
let
our
us
own
panic. Oh
research.
my God, I'm going to lose my account. What did I do? What
Mhm.
happened? And when I got mine, and this was the other thing that didn't trigger me right away, even before me thinking it was a glitch, is that I know you guys have heard me mention now, this will be the third week in a row, that Amazon decided to relabel my merchandise on a single ASIN. It was sent in with my sticker on the outside of the poly bag, very clear with my correct sticker. And Amazon decided this is not what it is, and we're going to sticker it to some other item in your inventory because we decided it's this. I don't know why or how that happened. This was a shipment that had 2 different SKUs in it. So anyhow, I had gotten quite a few returns of these items that Amazon decided to mislabel. And therefore, I thought originally that this your account is at risk of deactivation was due to high returns on this ASIN that Amazon mislabeled, not me. So that is starting to slowly work itself out. I've opened up cases to get Amazon to take ownership for what they did.
Yeah.
So they did take the violation off of my account. However, they're not refunding me all that money that I had to spend to pull that product or all the return fees that I got for the, I don't know, 12 units, I think, got returned, which luckily I saved it in time because I had sent in, I think it was 75 units of this particular one that was mislabeled. So I intervened quick enough, but I feel like Amazon should return the funds of that too. They took ownership that yes, we did it and took the violation off my account. Well, how about you refund me all the money you cost me?
Amazon that's not the first time I've heard, and it's not the first time of anything of hearing those. And I see a lot of new sellers that get super frustrated with that.
Mm-hmm.
And it is frustrating. I'm not trying to downplay the frustration at all, but you're not the only one, and it does happen. It doesn't happen that frequently, but it does happen occasionally that they make a mistake and they don't own the mistake, and the mistake costs the seller money. Reno says, get money from Amazon. Good luck. Yeah,
But the thing is, I share these frustrating stories because I know I'm not the only one. And, I do like people to know that it's not you. And this is how I'm handling it. This is how I'm trying to fight it. Because if I do ever have success in winning any of these kind of things, I'd like to share it so others can, take those actionable steps as well to win. When you're a newer seller, it's frustrating because you may not have a lot of inventory, and those fees really, really affect your paycheck. When you're a bigger seller like I am, you almost don't even notice all of these fees and deductions coming from your account because, you have just such volume. But regardless, money is money, and I want all that is due to me.
Right. And we've got to, you definitely have to pick your battles. If you equate it to owning a brick and mortar store, if you had a brick and mortar store, you're going to have occasionally people that graffiti on your building or shoplift, or my favorite is when they spill their Starbucks on the product inside, and anybody that does retail arbitrage knows that people stick their gum in weird places and their drink cups in weird places and their candy bar wrappers, and they let their kids get all nasty and then go through and touch all the clothing as they go by. I mean, people are jerks, and I feel like you just get a different set of problems. So if I owned a brick and mortar, those would be my problems. When I do on Amazon, this is my problems. In the end, the business writes it off, and it comes out of business money, and I try not to let it get to me because any business is going to have that. There's no business that is immune from jackwagons. I wanted to say, if y'all don't know about this yet, but Down Detector will also flag, and typically you can see if there's an issue with something. So before going to Facebook or whatnot, I typically will take a look at Down Detector. Great little place to go look at and see many different things, like if an app or a website is down. There's been a lot of hacking in the community, and just different things going down for a variety of reasons. It's been insane. So along with the re-verification, which if you are going through the re-verification process, there's a ton of information out on the boards. I'm going to have to say that Tina and I are not experts on getting anybody re-verified with the slew of different scenarios out there. I see a lot of questions. Some get DM'd to me, some get posted in our group, and they're like, well, if I have my business name on my bank account, but my maiden name on my driver's license, how do I solve this problem?
Yeah.
It's a tough one. I don't think there's anybody that's super fluent. You're just going to have to go read the boards. and find people that have had your situation and how they got
Yeah.
through it.
And share, when you finally
Yes.
do get success, share what worked, because this is how you're helping others that end up in the same message as you, because these things are aggravating. And like you said, with the maiden name on the driver's license, that's definitely an issue that us women have to face when we have these multiple last names going on, right? Like, some things show your maiden name, the other things show your married last name because it was never updated, or maybe you were just recently married. I do know that for some people, that what has been working that I've seen, and this is a common issue, is that their name is not on the bank statement. It's only their business name, or vice versa. I don't know if you can have an Amazon account only under your LLC. I think there's still a name attached to it. I think. I only saw one person post that they opened up their Amazon account in their LLC name only and never used a personal name. I didn't think that was allowed, but I do know that on the people who are having luck, both their name and their, if you are an LLC or C corp or whatever, um, that your name and your business name are both on your business banking statement.
Yes, and I did see that if you bank with Chase, so it might work for other banks. Somebody
Yeah.
posted that they were able to go to Chase and say, "Can you put my first and last name as well as the business name on the statement for me?" And the business
Yes.
manager, whoever was in, I believe it's called the business manager there, but they were able to do that and get them the PDF, and that worked for uploading. Now,
Yeah.
somebody else posted last night. There, and I don't remember all the boards. I follow a good 6 different boards to gather all this information up. Somebody posted that Amazon was asking for their identification number. Did they mean their state identification number or their EIN/social security? And the general consensus there was the EIN number, if you're stuck on that question. But it brings up a good point. I see a lot of people who are not in the US going through this re-verification process. And that's where it becomes, it's already complicated if you're in the United States, matching up your name and matching up everything and getting all your paperwork in order. You add that you're out of state and it adds another level of complexity. I have worked with people then in Canada, Mexico, New Zealand, Australia, UK, and they all the countries are going to have equivalent to an EIN/social security, and they're called different things in each country. And so when you're going through that paperwork and you're going to say, I am not in the, my entity is not in the United States, then there's a different slew of stuff. And there are some countries that Amazon will not work with. And there's some countries that are easier to work with, but you're going to have to kind of, again, dive down into that. I was dealing with somebody this morning that's out of Malaysia, and I'm going, I don't know the complexity of how Malaysia sets up their businesses. No idea. And I can't sit here and research every country and become an expert on every country for that. You're going to have to go down and look at that, what your scenario is, and get really good at searching and pretend to be like an FBI agent. That's how I have to figure out a lot of these problems, is put on that FBI hat and go in to the different boards. In any Facebook group, you can do searches and search for different things. The Google is a great place to get some information from. I would not call Amazon because that's garbage. I've had Amazon. Unfortunately, every once in a while you get a good rep over on Amazon, but for the most
But
part,
sometimes the reps give you the worst advice. It's
yeah.
true. Their advice is not accurate.
And don't call the bank and be like, I need paperwork for Amazon. What do I do? Because they're not going to know.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. I mean, I guess I can't say that they'd never know, but the chances of them knowing are slim to none. And the chances of Amazon reps telling you what they need to do is very slim to none. Now, I do have a new favorite rep, Angelina. If you do call Amazon and you get the catalog team and you get either Angelina or Brittany, Brittany's my favorite, but I told Angelina she's now up there with Brittany. Both of them have been really, really good at giving good advice and telling me like it is. Because you know how it is. You get the regular reps and they're like, hello, can I help you? And there's all sorts of background noise going on. The accent is
Chickens and dogs
horrific.
barking and
Oh, parrots, other people yelling. I've had road
yeah,
noise. I'm like, oh my God, what
yeah.
are we doing here? And I say, I'm trying to do this. And they're like, I'll say, oh, I need to do this. Why do I have this ding or something? And they'll be like, just, oh, I see you're trying to sell on Amazon. Yes, we're beyond that. Like, catch up with me, dude. Why do we have this problem? Oh, I'll have to investigate it and send it up to the internal team. We have to put this up to the internal team almost all the time when I get those types of reps. So you just kind of keep calling. That's another thing. Don't be afraid to hang up and call again. Keep cycling through. And then there is one other rep that I really like. He's out of Puerto Rico, and I can't remember his name, but I keep cycling until I get somebody that has half a brain that understands what's going on with the system. So we've talked about re-verification. Let's talk about the gating. Holy I thought that's
Lego, Disney. I think those were the top two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lego, Disney, Squishmallows. Squishmallows was in there. Yeah. And then from the course of what everybody has said is Kong. Kong was in there too. They did a sweep with about 8 big brands, locking them down. And then some people's inventory went into stranded. Some people submitted invoices, got re-ungated, and some automatically got back in. And that's as far as I know from last night. Everybody said, go check your inventory. They think it's all fixed. But just wondering if that's going to be indicative of more and more things. So it's hard to tell right now. We've got a couple questions. Let's go here and put some in here. I got a deactivation message as well. Yep. I think you and I don't know anybody who didn't get the deactivation.
Yeah, everybody got it.
Thing. Do we contact Amazon or will they fix it? Tina and I are waiting for Monday. We're calling this a Monday.
Yes.
Because
I would wait. I wouldn't bother calling them because everybody else is calling them and
they know
and then you don't know if you're going to get correct answer. I would just leave it alone till Monday.
Yeah. If you click on the add information, that it's broken. It says it's too busy or the link is not working. So really there's nothing to do. So you could sit here and bang your head against the wall trying to get this fixed, or you can realize that it is a problem across the board and let Amazon figure it. I'm trying really hard not to curse this morning. It's been a rough morning in the Amazon world, and let them go ahead and work on that and see if things are fixed up. Now, let's say it does get fixed up. What are your action items? Basically, you're going to go in there and you're going to make sure they have all that information, that it's filled out. It's like your name, your phone number, your address. And with Amazon, you have your tax identification stuff, and then you have your display name. So like my tax stuff is not my display name. My display name has my PO box, etc. But for taxes, it's under my EIN number, whatever that business name is. We got another one? Did we click at the same time? Yeah, quick click.
I think we keep clicking. I'll leave all buttons. I'll let you take.
You told me you weren't doing buttons, and I said, I'll do buttons. You read then. I'm letting you read.
See how bossy Lucy is?
I have had it up to here with BS. That's where I'm at. I'm done with BS on multiple. So, no, I apologize if I'm a little bit spicy. But.
You're not. I'm poking fun at you. Can we automatically ask for the catalog team when we call in for any issue? You can, but that doesn't mean they're going to transfer you to the catalog team. A lot of times they try to. Yeah, they want to resolve your issue first, and and I think that they have to. They're not allowed to just do that. Is my hunch, because most of us will always want them to do that. So you make your request, and eventually you can get the catalog team. But as Lucy knows all too well, like myself, you a lot of times have to jump through a lot of hoops to actually get the catalog team.
Yes, and there is a way of asking for it. Let's see here. When I call, I say, well, thank you very much for talking to me, but I have an issue that I've been working on intensively, and it's now several cases long, and I really need to talk with the catalog team because they are going to be able to help me with the catalog problem that I have. and
Yeah.
they'll say, okay, let me verify your email. You always have to verify your email. I'm like, I called with
Yeah.
a special number. Anyhow.
Yeah.
They got to re-verify your email. Okay, once
Yep.
your email gets verified, then they'll say, okay, let me write some notes down and then I will transfer you. Because basically they have to write that I'm unwilling to speak with them, and then they will get me transferred.
And that's what I think their protocol is there at Amazon for what they have to follow. So I try not to get frustrated with them, even though I'm very frustrated when I'm trying to get through to catalog team, because I know that this is their job, right? This is what they have to do.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Can a social security number work for a tax ID if I don't have an EIN? If you are a sole proprietor, then yes. And you can absolutely use that. If you are an LLC, you should obviously be having an EIN number.
Yep. Are you clicking?
I did. Hi, Mike. I had the deactivation message yesterday for the Inform Act verifications, even though I was all green. It disappeared this morning, so it does look like it's getting fixed. Mine disappeared this morning as well.
Yeah. Tina's disappeared. Mine did not. So there's that. Now, I do want to talk a little bit more about the gating and the re-lockdowns of things. So for most of the issues with the gating on those big companies this last, I'll say 2 weeks, because I think it stemmed into last week as well. Most of them have been fixed, and I don't see any problems selling those brands. But I did want to reach out and say that Kong, if you sell Kong toys, the dog toys, I would sell out and get off of those. Kong has literally reached out to my lawyer and said, you know, how can we get this delivered to Lucy? They sent me a certified FedEx letter, which I'm thinking about.
I've gotten 3 of those from Kong, yet I still have
Yeah.
a couple of Kong things in my account.
Right.
And then people have already tanked the price to what I paid for them. So I'm like, do I just want to lower it to that to get rid of them? Or do I want to just pull them and sell them on eBay?
Yep. But my point is that Kong is really going out of their way to try and get sellers off. And when I notice that they're putting in general money, effort, and time to do this, then that flags to me that, okay, it's probably time to move on from this product.
Have you tanked your prices on your Kong stuff?
Maybe.
Well, asking for a friend. This friend.
I might be.
Oh, look, I don't blame you, because we want to get them out of there.
Yeah. Well, I don't have too much left either. I'm just trying to get rid of it. And yeah.
So, hi, ladies. Have you created listings for Nike? I found some deals for Nike backpacks getting ready for back to school season. Ooh. Yes, I have created listings for them. I have. I'm just saying I have. I think that now, I know Lucy says no, because sometimes when you try to create a listing for them, you're going to get something spit back that says you're not authorized to list this brand. And when you get that, you really can't make the listing. Now I know Lucy's shaking her head no, but I have. And the way that I did it was that my Nike items weren't on Amazon. I submitted my invoice and I showed pictures of my real world image. Shake your head no. I'm telling you what I did.
No, I'm
showing, and I showed the UPC and I showed the UPC code for the item, showing it didn't exist in Amazon's catalog. And they gave me 72 hours in which to create those listings.
So, a couple of things going on. First up, don't get onto backpacks or create backpack listings, pencil cases, or lunch boxes right now. The child safety stuff going on is huge. They will flag it. They will shut it down. I have been fighting a pencil case back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for weeks now for one pencil case. I have the paperwork. I have submitted the paperwork, and I keep getting the run around on how to get the paperwork submitted. They made me make the listing. Then they said it would be flagged and I'd be able to upload it. Well, it got delisted, so I couldn't upload it. Then they said to email where's my notes? Child-safety at amazon.com and send them all of the informations, and then I am still waiting to hear on that. That's one of my many cases open. So just, I am staying away from back to school stuff because I just don't need another headache right now.
Yeah, I haven't sold back to school like backpacks and lunch boxes in several years because those documents I was getting even before, COVID and schools were shut down. So I had quit selling backpacks and lunch boxes several years ago for that reason. And I don't care what the brand is or what it is. I personally stay away from backpacks. The only backpacks I sell is if I'm sourcing for my eBay store and I'm at Goodwill and they have a great that brand is Transpac. Is that what it's called? I think it's called. Anyway, I know them when I see them. There are certain brands of backpacks I will buy when I see them at Goodwill because they'll still get good money for them on eBay, even in used condition. You can sell new backpacks on eBay. I have done that because I sold dead inventory that I had to pull from Amazon because of wanting safety docks. And they tend to sell just fine on eBay. So you can put them there too.
Yep. And I have safety docs. I have the test reports and I still can't get my stupid listing. And so I'm just sitting here with tons of things and I'm going, oh my God, this is ridiculous. There's just so much. Like I said, I needed a drink because the amount of shenanigans going on in Amazon is ridiculous.
Yep. And like I mentioned on many shows is that BoxFox website that I love for selling bulk of, older items. I'm not talking like backpacks you've recently bought. I'm talking if you have dead inventory even from a couple years ago. BoxFox is great too.
Yep. I have not used it, but I got to keep that in mind. We've got Millennial Money Mom.
Millennial Money Mom. Woohoo! I like
How
that.
much is Seller Bench? I can't find it on their website. They take 25% of what they get you. So if they get $100 in return fee money, they'll take $25. So it's not.
And I believe on our video we did for that, the referral link that I gave, you get I think it was the first $140 of money that they get back for you for free. Like they take no fees out of it. You get that solid first 140 or
go
150.
Find your referral link so that you can give it to her.
I just wanted to let her know now if she saw that video, the referral link is under it and I can find it, but just off the top of my head, I wanted to at least mention that. So bossy.
Go get it now.
Right this second.
What are you doing, slacker?
Jeez.
Sophia says, thanks for the heads up. Glad I asked before buying all the backpack stuff. Yeah, I am heavily warning. And if you're in our more private groups, our paid groups and everything, we had a long talk about backpacks the other day and back to school bundles and some of the shenanigans going on with that. So not only, I'll sidetrack here for 2 seconds, not only is the paperwork a huge issue this year, like they are clearing the catalog with anything that doesn't have compliance paperwork. It is a big issue. Squishmallows will also fall under that. So Squishmallows, you only need to get couple of them and then get them in, get them sold, get them off, because that compliance paperwork will get flagged for them. They now stay. It used to be that once you deleted them out of your inventory, it would fall off that compliance paperwork part of your account dashboard. They will stay on now on that part, which is irritating. And we were talking about JanSport. JanSport they used to have a program, JanSport, that you could go and mail in your old backpack and they'd fix it up if your backpack got broken or had holes in it. So we were talking about that the other day. It's a really big issue. They're making a ton of changes and they're not really doing it very well. They're not rolling it out. I'll also share my story that I'm dealing with right now. My account has been flagged as abusive.
Just like your personality, bossy and abusive. No,
maybe, but I didn't realize that I could be deemed as abusive, and it's for filing IP violations against other people who are clearly violating. And when I called Amazon and talked to the reps, they said, "Oh, you need to go file and report this abuse, do XYZ. And I did it. And I think I did 3 of them for me and 1 of them for a client. So 4 total. And that has deemed me abusive. And I'm like, okay, the first one I filed on my own and nothing happened. The second one, they told me to include, make a purchase and include that purchase. And the third one was similar along the lines where they said, okay, well, now try this and that. Anyhow, I did not realize that. So I will need to be paying attention. Or
Cert about that is
I'm-
those reportings were for people that were jumping on your listing for
Mhm.
your brand that you
Right.
are trademarked and registered as. So it's like, really, who's the abusive one? I would say it's the
Right.
person that is jumping on my trademark registered branded listing. But okay, Amazon.
Exactly. So now I have to write an appeal about how I'm not abusive. And right now I feel very abusive. So it's a Monday problem. It's a Monday problem because I am not in the right mindset because my email is going to be like, you stupid bleepity bleepity bleepy. I am not abusive. And to prove it, I'm going to punch you.
You're abusive. Yeah.
Pretty much.
So this is a lot of items here. Or, this is not good news. I've had multiple name brands in HBA go through brand registry. So I have like 45 days to sell out before I'm not allowed to sell them anymore. Seems to be an increasing trend. Have you seen this? Yeah, we have seen this. And I know in some of our groups, not all of our groups, we've definitely been sharing these brands to, help warn others to stay away from them. But and every year this is the case, right? Amazon or the brands start taking over their own brands, and now we're not allowed to sell them, like Kong, right?
Yeah.
But it just seems like, it's squeezing in year after year after year. And it does make a great case for, the benefit of doing white label, private label, custom bundles, because these things do get increasingly challenging every year.
Yes. And the other thing that has been insane the last couple of weeks is the amount of hijackers. And I have had clients and myself get people on there that are hijacking private label items and sending in the incorrect item. And people are going, what do I do? What do I do? And I'm going, well, you report them, but apparently if you report too much, you get deemed abusive.
You're abusive.
I'm abusive. So I'm just trying to get my trademark to go through as quick as possible so that I can do official and not be abusive. Because apparently if I'm official, I'm not abusive. I still don't understand it. I'm just...
You have to get the abusive seal of approval.
Well, and does that fall off of your, eventually does that fall off?
I don't know.
Well, and that's what I think the email said this morning, and that's the only things that I've done. But when I was talking to Angelina, my new favorite person, yesterday on things, I said, what causes an abusive relationship? Because I have access to probably 5 or 6 different other people's accounts that I help out with on Fiverr. And I said, there's one guy who has a negative balance. Could that be a relation to somebody that's abusive? And she goes, yes, that could be, because if you don't pay your account balance in Amazon, you risk deactivation, etc. So I've been spamming him with emails like, take me off.
Maybe we can ask Amazon to go to counseling. Maybe we can have therapy sessions with our therapist in Amazon.
Abusive.
For this abusive relationship.
Yes. So just so you know, if you do work on other people's accounts or whatnot, they have to remove you. There's no way to take yourself off of somebody else's account. And now I've got to pretty much be a jerk and keep telling them, take me off. All right. Melinda
says, where do I go to get notifications for the group discussions?
They're on. Are you in our groups? Because when we go live on Facebook, it should ping you that so-and-so is live or whatnot. So we do a variety of either Hangouts or the StreamYard that streams to the individual groups. So I don't know.
So Millennium Money Mom says, how do we tell if something is brand registered? You should know by the brand that it's listed as on Amazon.
Yes.
If it's, yeah. So you'll see if you're going back to Nike, right? If we see some Nike tennis shoes on Amazon, you can see the brand right underneath it is clearly Nike. Let's jump to, say, an item on Alibaba, and they are a bag of pink balloons, and they're in a packaging that has that person's name on it, like XYOEZ balloons, and that's also the brand. That's how you can tell if it is a brand registered. Then there are people who do their own custom bundles, and maybe you see that, oh, I can get 3 of these items at the Dollar Tree, and maybe there's something else kind of different in there that they have branded. I'm sure you've seen these types of listings where somebody has 3 items, food items, perhaps, that you can get at the Dollar Tree, but they now have a custom box with their brand name on it, or a coffee scoop with their brand name clearly printed on it. And they are now selling this coffee that you get from the Dollar Tree, but with their branded spoon as a filler item. And they have listed this listing under their brand name. I think one company that does this is called iCup. It's like ICUP. I don't know why that still makes me laugh. Kid joke. And they do listings like this, so they are brand registered. So while it's true that you can get the coffee at the Dollar Tree, you do not have that custom coffee scoop that is branded with the iCup logo on it. So there are things that are on the listing that are those telltale signs that they are in fact a private label or a brand registered type of listing.
All right, so I'm gonna walk through and kind of show an example. We'll find something here. So we've got ICUP. It is that.
It just cracked me up. It's like ICUP.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm 12.
When you click on this, you can see that iCup is in the title, and that is when people are brand approved or brand registered. That will happen. It populates automatically. And then you can go visit their store. And if their store looks like they've kind of got a lot of things going on here, they've got a storefront, it looks like they put some work into it, I would stay away from that, because it's clearly they're either brand approved or brand registered. There's no definitive ways. You could go and look at the trademark website and see if iCup is a registered brand. There's a lot of ways to look up and dive in. But as a seller, I mean, I would just stay away from those types of things. We've got this is not,
I think those are actually urine cups, but
so like this one, we've got Splenda. Let's see if this is under Splenda or not. So this is under the Splenda store. So probably not a private label person, because it's Splenda, and Splenda is we're all familiar with what Splenda is. Let's see if we can find something that's better. What else we got in the chat, Miss Tina, while I'm searching for a second?
not really too much of anything else. I think there's a brand that does snack bundles, snacks of fun, snacks. I can't remember what they're called. I'm trying to think of a name of different private label bundlers that I've seen on Amazon. I think it's called Snack Fun is what they make bundles with. Snack Fun, yeah. And so Snack Fun, yeah, they will, or yeah, there's a Crave box, and they will put their private thing in there. So yeah, these popcorn things, all this stuff we can get at Dollar Tree, all of that. But they put in their little ball, and that little ball has their logo on there. So there's a great example of that. And you can see the brand is called Snack Better. So while you could go into Dollar Tree and recreate all of this and even find your own little orange ball, it is not branded with their brand. And if you did that, that would be an IP issue, because that is their intellectual property. And they are more than likely brand registered in Amazon. Another telltale is they're on Keepa. you can see historically on Keepa how many sellers have been on the listing. Sometimes you'll see two, and it's them and them again. They'll have one FBA and one merchant fulfilled listing. So it appears as though it's two sellers when it's still really just them. And sometimes you'll see them listed as their brand name. What's this one called? Snacks Fun.
Mhm.
And so sometimes you'll see it's a Snacks Fund. Sometimes you'll see it's a different business name
Oh yeah,
because
this one's
they're
a collection of lots.
right. And so, oh, I know Collection of Lots. I've had run-ins with them. They've jumped on other of my listings. Collections of Lots. I know them. They jumped on one of my private label listings, my listing that I have custom made. I was like, whoa. So I had to call my supplier and I was like, are you selling my stuff to this store? Yeah, I know you, Collection of Lots. So
So
anyway, Collections of Lots do make some bundles and they do some private label things.
So like Tina said, you could go to the dollar store, you could get everything but the ball and literally put this bundle together and sell it on this listing. However, if they are brand approved, they will not be able to do anything against you. If they are brand registered, they will be able to issue you an official IP complaint. But being able to tell if they've got their trademark done or not, that's when you would have to go over to the trademark and see if when did they file their trademark. If they filed their trademark last month, it's not approved yet. So you could jump on there and be a jerk. I don't suggest doing that. Don't be a jerk.
Yeah, it's like don't be the person that jumps on somebody else's hard work.
Right.
We don't and see there's always two stances on this, right? There is the person like me that does this, right? Like this could be my bundle. And I put a lot of hard work into figuring this out. I want to be the only person on this listing, which is why I created my bundle this way. So I'm not competing with every person that wants to jump on my listing. I do this for the reason that I do it. I put in the time, the hard work to create this listing. I want to own it. I have every right to do that. So then there's the other stance. So there's the other side of people saying, gosh, I get really sick of people buying, this stuff from Dollar Tree and then throwing their wooden spoon in it. And now none of us can get on it. They get really mad about that. And it's like, well, then you do the hard work and figure out a clever and creative bundle is how I feel about that. So I know that there are the people that get mad at people that do this, and then there are people that enjoy doing this so they can own their own listing.
Yep. Discounted essentials are also jack wagons. They will get on people's bundles. And what these hijackers or jerks or whatever you want to call them are doing, there's kind of two ways they're being jerks. There's two categories, I guess. One is they put, they say, oh, that's all Dollar Tree stuff. I'm going to go do it. I'm going to jump on that bundle and just not have the orange ball in there. And customers, honestly, are probably not going to be complaining about that because they're probably
they don't really care about that orange ball.
Yeah, they don't care about the orange ball. So they put it together and they sell on there. And if you're not brand registered, they do it all day long. You can't really do anything legally within Amazon's violations. We'll get back to that point in a second. The other thing that people are doing is jumping on listings like that, creating fake tracking numbers, and when they sell, they're putting in a fake tracking number or a tracking number for a blank envelope, and then they're disappearing after they've collected money, and people are getting basically empty envelopes of stuff and then complaining, and they're bad sellers, which maybe the re-verification process will eliminate some of that, hopefully, and not have that happen, because those types of sellers are really just they create a bad place for everybody on Amazon that wants to be in here. Now, as far as what can you do with that listing, I have had people that I've been fighting trying to get off my listing, and I've gone to sourcing kind of from multiple stores. So instead of just Dollar Tree items, half of it's maybe from the Dollar Tree and half of it's from this other vendor, and really getting elaborate with the creations, because then they can't easily go and find a majority of the things. So just coming up with, $5 Dollar Tree items and adding a 2-cent ball to it is very easy to knock off and have others jump on. But let's say you got, half the items from a food wholesale supplier, and then, another half over here, and then maybe 1 or 2 items from a third vendor. It makes the work of the bundle a lot more keeping track of all your different vendors and making sure you get ordered all the right supplies to put it together is definitely harder to manage, but it does deter other people from jumping on and being
Well, and
jerks.
I had someone jump on one of my listings, and it was, not too long ago. And this was a listing I put in a lot of work on, and I, had great photos. I put in a lot of time and effort on this listing. Somebody jumped on it, and they left out the stickers that would, I had some stickers that matched it, that went with it.
Mhm.
And people were buying it because they really wanted the stickers, and the stickers were my filler item. The stickers are very popular, and these stickers were very, very cool. So I noticed I was getting bad feedback on my listing. It was this 5-star rating listing on Amazon. I mean, I was selling over 50 of them a month, and then all of a sudden my sales really tanked, and I went to investigate the listing. And that's when I saw that there was another person on this listing. They were selling it less than me, and now my 5-star rating, it went down to a 2 or 3-star, and everybody was complaining, I bought this and they cheated me the stickers. That's why I bought it, was because of the stickers. And then it ruined this great listing that I had. It ruined it. So let's say a bunch of other people had jumped on it too, and they didn't have these stickers. Eventually everybody spent now money on this bundle, only to now not be able to sell it because you all have already tanked and ruined the listing by not having the correct items that are on the listing itself.
Yep. I have gone, and again, we dive way deeper into all these topics in our bundle group. So if you're interested, you can come join us. The link is down below. But on the ones that I have had hijackers on, I have sold out, and now I am ruining the listing. And you can do that by many ways. I'm pretty much making sure they go into suppressed. So now one guy restocked 300 of an item, and now I got it suppressed, and he's not moving any sales. So that's how I am fighting back on those jack wagons. And he was warned and told, and he just doesn't care. So if you don't care, then I will mess it up for you. I will mess you up. We've got a question from Jen here that says, where can I find what I submitted bank statement for the last verification? You're going to have to go see what you did, because I don't believe there's nowhere to go pull it from. If it was a regular case, then you could go into your case logs and get that information, but I don't know what it was. That's why I name things, which works most of the time, but every once in a while I forget. We've got another one. Does Big Mouth issue IP complaints? Not that I know of. I've sold Big Mouth before. What have you heard?
A long time ago, I tried to sell Big Mouth, and they did not allow Amazon. They didn't allow third-party Amazon sellers, and it used to come up restricted. I tried to get an account with Big Mouth because they're always at the trade shows, and they say they don't allow Amazon sellers. So I had quit trying years ago. So whether that has changed or not since then, I don't know.
Yeah. I wish we could do better. There is a ton of links out there that have all of these company sites. I'll bring one up for you in a minute while we move on
Yeah,
here.
and you can definitely reach out to Big Mouth and ask about opening an account with them, because they're easily found online. See, and during COVID, some of these companies that always put the squash on it, they were losing money with stores being closed down. So some of those companies that used to be a no are now a yes. So just because something used to not be allowed to sell on Amazon, always recheck, because you never know if they have opened it up since our world has been changing.
Yes. Now let's see, I'm going on the channel here. Millennial Money Mom asked about Helium 10, that they like their reports. Awesome. I use Cerebral in there a lot, but I have not dived into their reports. Let's see here. We've got, that one's just a comment. Where can I get test reports? So compliance and safety documents. You get the test reports from your supplier. So your supplier, your distributor will have that test reports if they have them. So that's why I typically try not to buy something before I know. I'll say, I want to make this purchase on XYZ. We'll say backpacks. I want to make this purchase on a backpack, but do you have the proper test reports that Amazon's going to ask for? And hopefully your supplier is going to know enough about what you're talking about. I know that if you order on some of the liquidation type centers, even if it's a proper invoice liquidation type center, they will not carry test reports. At that point, you can reach out to the manufacturer. Sometimes they supply it, sometimes they don't. I've got a small story on that one. I had a reed diffuser. It's, you know, where you put the oil in, it's got the bamboo sticks coming out, and it flagged that it needed the SDS sheet for it. So I reached out. I was able to get the SDS sheet from the company. And on the environmental coding H110, the SDS says that it is toxic to marine life, and the correct verbiage for an H110 is, what did they say? Very toxic to aquatic life. And Amazon will not accept that SDS until that line gets updated. And they said, I need to go back to the manufacturer, tell them to change that line in their SDS sheet and submit a new thing. I truly thought about photoshopping this one because of the ridiculousness. So I deleted that out of my inventory. I was done with that shenanigans. That's why I say I'm staying away from backpacks, because I've been dealing with nothing but this, and I really don't need another headache.
Yeah, I avoid backpacks unless I'm going to sell them on eBay.
We've got another question here about the First Class Parcel Select merging with, I did a video this week. First Class and Parcel Select will be merging together. I don't know how that's going to look. So unfortunately, I can't answer your question because I don't even think they know how it's going to look, or at least my rep doesn't. But I met with the USPS guys, and they said they are merging together because what has happened is UPS has undercut them. So UPS is cheaper to ship, as we all know from this last Q4, most of the time over the post office. And the post office lost a ton of money. So they're revamping and they're merging those two options into something that will be cheaper than UPS. So I kind of like that they'll be cheaper. I don't know.
Nothing is getting cheaper anymore. So yeah, I like that too.
We've got a specific one here. I have an Amazon seller account using a specific Gmail account and business name. Now, if my Amazon business account has the same name but different email, will I have issues getting ungated? I've tried applying for a business account using the same email on my seller account, and it says the email is also in use. Huh? Did you understand that?
No, you read it fast too, but I don't know.
Well, for ungating, we'll just address ungating. And do you know if the email that you use for ungating needs to match your Amazon email?
No, because I have, I don't think so.
Mine doesn't. My
Yeah.
Amazon email is different than my business email.
Same here.
So there we go. I found a link for the IP stuff. It took me a second. Let's see here. I'm going to pop
Not
this.
only that, when I submit my invoices that are like come to my email, I don't include that portion of I don't include the sent to, I cut that out because I want it to just look like an invoice, not, I don't put all the email gook in it.
Yeah. Here is a list that I often refer to for restricted brands. So you can go there, and if you scroll all the way down, they're going to show you all the things, and then kind of like some risk, a lot of risk, legal action. So we were looking for, oh, I'm in the B's already. I don't need to search it. Big, B-I-G, big mouth. Some restrictions, no legal reported. To me, that says go for it. There's some restrictions, but they're not taking legal action. So I would go ahead. Would I buy 10,000 units? No. But if I found them on sale and I found 20 units, I'd do that all day long.
Yeah.
But that's a good one to go and have hot linked somewhere. Have we heard anything about scheduling an interview and what they ask? Yes, I have. When they schedule an interview, they're going to ask you for the code that came on the card. They ask for a physical copy of the bill, and the bill needs to be in your name, etc. And they're going to ask for your ID. So usually a driver's license or passport. Am I missing anything?
Think so.
Okay, that one was pretty easy. So this is kind of our last call for comments. It's almost 9 o'clock. Where did you find out about entering the soft packs? You cannot enter soft packs. Oh, I haven't tried it on Amazon yet, but I think Reno did, and he said you can't do the soft pack trick there. And if you're going, what's a soft pack trick? Then if you do pirate ship a lot, basically it's a box and a bag. So if you ship in a poly mailer, that's a soft pack, and you could put your stuff in a box, put that box in a bag, and it becomes a soft pack. Soft pack only takes 2 dimensions, was height and width, and length and width, and not height. So you can get a cheaper shipping rate by doing a soft pack. So a lot of people that sell shoes do that all day long. They do it. Just Google like how to ship soft pack. A lot of eBayers know this trick. As far as I know, I have not tried it I don't think we can use that trick within Amazon, but you could go outside.
I do it all the time with Amazon for fulfilled by merchant orders. I've been doing it for years, but my background was eBay before I came to Amazon.
How do you not put the dimensions in when you confirm ship, when you do your shipping label? Because I had to put the dimension in. It made me put a height in.
Well, I did put the dimension in, but what I'm doing is I'm putting it in the flat rate, so it doesn't really matter, because I am taking my free craft brown boxes that we get. The smaller one fits perfectly into the flat rate priority bubble mailer. And I take the corners on my tabletop just to kind of squish them down so they don't cut. So it slides right into that bag. And so I ship it in that flat rate priority. And these are on items that are heavy, that are above first class shipping.
Yes. Okay. That's slightly different.
So if I kept them in the brown box all by itself, I'm going to be paying more than what that flat rate priority envelope costs me.
Yes. And so that is a tip, but that's not a soft pack. The soft pack is only entering in the length and the length and width, and not putting that height in. And when you're in Amazon and you're doing shipping, you have to put a height in.
Right.
So I haven't tried if I put in like 0.1 inches. I didn't try that, but it allows you to do the cheaper shipping over there. And I know it's really easy through Pirate Ship. Now, is it safe to do Pirate Ship for Amazon? Safe is a relative word. It's safe until your package gets lost and you don't get that coverage that Amazon does. But is it worth saving the money? I would say it depends on the item and how much you're saving. Would I do it for $2? No. Would I do it for $200? Yeah, I would. But if you wanted to use Pirate Ship, do the soft pack trick, and then go put that tracking number into your Amazon account, you can absolutely do that. You lose the A to Z coverage, and it's more tedious because you're copying and pasting everything over. So it takes a little bit longer. And if you have to get 200 orders out in a day, double clicking and triple clicking and keeping all that in track is going to be very tiresome. But I don't know how much you would save doing it.
Well, I don't think we have any more questions.
Yep, I have cleared the comments over here. And
so with that, you guys have a great Memorial weekend, is what I was going to say.
Yes, absolutely. Do you have any good plans this weekend?
No, because my aunt came all week. I don't, because I kind of did all the celebrating prior to. My aunt came out here for a visit from Lake Tahoe. So us girls played all week, and I took her to the airport just the other day. So no, we have no exciting plans, but I hope all of you do, and enjoy your weekend, everybody. And thank you for watching, and we'll be back next Friday.
Yep. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.